Must have done something to you. Nah, it's just business.
So, Dad, quick topic. Well, it may not be quick. Who knows? Life comes at you in different ways.
Hey, yo.
Pause. So, Luka, all rookie, scoring champ, all NBA, five-time All-Star, and currently is averaging 28. Now, I know you heard about the trade.
Yeah, it's all over the place. The past 24 hours, everyone's talking about the Luka trade.
Yeah, and it's spreading like wildfire. And I know a lot of people are making their takes about this whole situation. First thing I would ask, what do you think about it?
I personally think that the Dallas Mavericks are not fully committed to Luka. All of the accolades he's had, all the success he's had, but he has had issues with overall his weight, conditioning. I think Dallas, they are not trying to commit long-term to someone who has these kind of problems, but everyone doesn't know them, but the Dallas Mavericks know.
Based on how things are looking, we could just both agree on the situation that is happening now.
Okay, so we're going to take a look at what Charles Barkley has to say, initially, what Charles Barkley has to say about the Luka Doncic fallout.
No, you're not taking Embiid with his injury history. So they got a really good deal. Now, listen, the Mavs obviously had to make a decision this summer whether to give him 5 years, $350 million. That's a lot of money to give a guy you don't think can stay in shape who's always going to be hurt. And let me tell you something. The only people know Luka Doncic is the Dallas Mavericks. Guys who've been with him for years or who are around him every day. He's a great player. He's a great player. But all us talking heads, they know something. They must know something we don't know. Because, listen, he's been hurt. Everybody complains about his conditioning. But once you give a guy 5 years, $350 million, y'all are stuck together for life.
What are your initial thoughts?
So, as I said previously, I do agree with Charles Barkley that something is happening here with Luka. And I don't believe that they want to be tied to Luka and his injury history. So think about it. Zion Williamson with his injury history. Joel Embiid with his injury history. And last but not least, Kawhi with his injury history. I don't think the Mavericks want to be tied to a very talented player, but who also is perpetually injured. And committing all of that money is going to handcuff their franchise. I think it has a lot to do with his injury history, but also I believe because of his injury history, I don't think they see Luka as a leader. He's very talented, but is he a leader? Is he a locker room leader? I don't think he is. I think that's primarily what's happening here. Injuries, and he's not a leader in the locker room.
Now, okay, I have a question for that. Would that explain bringing on Kyrie into this?
So you mean previously when they traded for Kyrie? Okay, I believe they thought that potentially Kyrie could make Luka a better leader, right? He's won a championship. He has the credibility in the league, multiple-time All-Star. He knows how to get it done. And he wasn't able to influence Luka into being a better leader. So they saw that Kyrie is the leader that they wanted. So they shipped Luka Doncic out of town. You know, I know I just mentioned the leadership, but apparently he was in line potentially for a 5-year, $345 million contract, as Charles Barkley just said. Yeah, and what I saw earlier is now he's only eligible for a 5-year, $117 million contract. Now, that may or may not be true, but you're talking in excess of $200 million. This trade just cost Luka Doncic. There's some bad blood between Luka and the Mavericks. Something's going on here. Something more is happening here.
So what you said before about Joel, Zion, and Kawhi, do you think this brought to light with the Luka trade saying, hey, this could be you or this will be you?
Definitely. I think teams around the league definitely realize the position that New Orleans is in, the Sixers is in, and the Clippers are in when they are financially tied to someone who isn't regularly playing and producing. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's a copycat league. Anybody can see this. And it's just that in the NBA, contracts are so long, contracts are guaranteed. It's hard to get out of. You would just have to trade him to another team. It's not like the NFL where you could just cut bait and you're finished with somebody. They would be handcuffed to Luka for the next 5 years with his injury history. Let's say he has Zion's playing history or Zion's injury history. You want to be tied to that and you're going to have a mediocre or underperforming team for the next 5 years? Nobody wants that.
Before we dive deeper into this, let's get on to the next video.
270 is crazy, but he's gonna play his way back into shape.
Yeah, he'll be all right, bro. I don't see what's wrong with it. Shit, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with it. The Lakers won, bro.
Man, that is crazy. I mean, I feel like it has to be something, bro, for them. Like you said, Nico, we'll talk about the gym for the Mavs. We're talking about it's going to be a treacherous offseason because did they want to pay him that $345?
I mean, you don't want to pay nobody that if you don't believe they're going to be around. Like, he don't believe he's going to be healthy or in shape to play or to perform at a high level to where they want to be. They want to win a championship.
Okay, I didn't mean to pause it there, but what's up with Jeff Teague dressing like it's 20 degrees in the studio? This dude got a hoodie and a bubble jacket on in a studio. Hey, Colin Cowherd, DraftKings, can y'all turn up the heat in the studio for Jeff Teague? This is insane. Come on, man. I didn't mean to derail the conversation. My bad. Let's get back to it.
And they think they had the pieces around him to do that, but Luka out of shape or whatever he is, seemed like he can't get to the point where he need to be to lead the franchise. Like, obviously, we know he don't play defense. And it's a lot of stuff that lacks in his game defensively that helps win championships. And he gets picked on during the year. You know, trying to beat a Boston Celtics team last year, they was picking on him. Whoever he was guarding, they put him in a pick and roll, try to get the switch. So they was looking at that and looking like, man, we got Kyrie who's still playing at a high level. Then if you get us Anthony Davis who's been playing great this year at a high level, maybe we'll find somebody, find a rhythm with them too. Make a new duo. Maybe we can make a run at it.
Man, that's interesting that you say that because, and you talked about this earlier in the year, they were winning games without Luka.
Yeah.
Now, that second stretch we said was Paul's going to be a little bit harder, but they looked like a really good team. Anthony Davis just told them last week, hey, I've been telling y'all I'm a power forward, not a center. And they got two bigs that, man, him and Lively is dangerous, bro.
Yeah, he get a chance to play the four for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is what he thought, but shit, he there now. I don't know, man. I don't know. When I'm thinking about it sitting here more, I don't know. That trade just don't make sense to me.
I don't like it. Like, I love it, but I'm talking about like right now, the Lakers ain't worth a quarter.
Nothing.
You through. You're done. But for the future wise, bro, so far as a business standpoint, I get a 25-year-old young gun like that, bro.
Yeah, the Lakers won.
Bro, it's lit, bro.
The Lakers
it's
won.
lit, bro.
And listen, they could be trash for the rest of the season, but just the fact that you got Luka and LeBron playing together is crazy.
No, they won, but I think it's a bigger play here. Like, now that it happened, obviously the Lakers know, like, our franchise is Luka hand now. Like, Brian, you done. You're on the way out. We're going to build around Luka. And he understands that. He's 40 years old.
First thing I will say, though, is the reasoning behind this trade. Luka's defensive liability, him being out of shape, and like you said before, the injuries. Now, all this would really make sense. But when the last guy said, hey, we're looking at the long term here with Luka and LeBron, and it's just like, for me, I don't really see it because it's not like if Kyrie couldn't do it, then what will LeBron do? Because LeBron has a bigger impact. Yes, we can all agree with that. But it's if it's not in Luka's heart, then what good is it going to do? Like, is there really any longevity behind it?
As far as the longevity is concerned, when Luka Doncic was drafted, he weighed 230 pounds. What they were saying is that he's upwards of 270, 280 pounds. That is 40 to 50 pounds heavier than when he came into the league. He's perpetually not in shape. He comes to training camp and then he gets into shape. So that I'm telling you, the being heavier and being a professional athlete, that directly contributes to his injuries. Are the Lakers going to benefit from Luka in the future? There's a potential. It depends if he gets his weight in check. If he decides to stay in shape all year round. The Dallas Mavericks didn't like the weight fluctuations and then coming into camp heavy, having to play his way or practice his way into shape. They didn't want all that. And now with the NBA and the collective bargaining rules, they don't really have a training camp early in the season. So Luka's literally playing to get in shape and probably in shape around December, January. But now he's hurt because he comes into camp out of shape. I don't really know if there's going to be a future with the Lakers. I get what everyone's saying. Him and LeBron playing together. LeBron got 2 more years and he's done. Like, let's just be honest. LeBron's not playing for another 5 years. If he is, he's not going to be playing at a high level. LeBron has 2 more years, I'm predicting. And then the league or the Lakers are turned over to Luka, or they're currently Luka's team. But he has to be there. This is going to be New Orleans Pelicans all over again.
That's a really good comparison right there. It also makes me think about, like, onto another subject about the Mavericks and AD. It's like, would they be better? Is this like a better move for them, like short term wise? Because I also don't see this like going 5 years down the line. Like, oh,
You don't see it for the Mavericks?
yeah, I don't see it for the Mavericks. Like, at least depending. I haven't even seen them play together.
So what I would say is I think that the Mavericks won in this trade. Now this is going to be contrary to what everybody else has to say. I think the Mavericks are going to be better. Luka is an excellent player, but Luka, he slows down the ball. He slows down the ball movement. Dribble, 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 back you down, pump fake, step back, shoot. There isn't this flow when Luka's in the game. Yes, he dominates the ball. He scores a lot, but he dominates the ball. So I think this is an upgrade for the Dallas Mavericks. They get AD coming in, AD in his prime, as long as AD can stay healthy, playing with Kyrie, and then the pieces that they're going to put around them, I think it's a better team. And yes, Luka did lead them to, the NBA Finals last year, but his style of play is not where the NBA currently is. The up and down, back and forth, fast paced, and he doesn't play defense. So again, Luka going to the Lakers, who the hell's going to play defense on the Lakers? But then AD going over to the Mavericks significantly helps their defense. Significantly. So with that being said, the Luka Doncic trade, we're all going to watch it to see what ultimately comes about for the Lakers and also for the Mavericks. And this has set the basketball world on fire, and we all have a front row seat to see how this is going to turn out. Ultimately, I don't believe the Lakers are going to benefit from this. I think 5 years from now, we're going to look back and say Luka's supremely talented, but he's injury prone, and his style of play is going to be phased out in the NBA very, very quickly. And I think that the Dallas Mavericks, they're going to benefit from this. Mark my words, 5 years from now, they are going to win this trade.
All right. I'm pretty sure the whole basketball world will lead you to it there. So
you know it.
With that being said, Air's on air, and we out.